It's the mind behind the curtain.
Let's go, man.
With your hosts, Alex and Jose.
Alex in the house. Alex in the house.
How you all doing?
What's up,
Get ready.
What's
We're
up,
gonna talk about the yin and the yang. The
What's
bad,
up,
the
people?
good, everything universal. The positive and the
That's right,
negative.
positive and
the
the
evil
negative.
and the good, the wrong.
All right, man. So we're back. We're back for a way overdue episode of The Mind Behind the Curtain. Welcome back, people.
Welcome back, man. It's been a minute.
A
minute, man.
I think we stopped at like episode 54 or something like that.
Was it 54?
50 something, 55, 56, something like that. But glad you guys are continuing to watch our episodes, and we've got
playing reruns
got up to like 60 plus subscribers, so it's not bad.
So it's alright. I mean, hey man, we don't do this full time, right? So
that's right.
We're
looking for funding. We want to take it to the next level. So here we are, giving you some more entertainment, something to just play in the background while you're like falling asleep, while you're driving. Don't fall asleep while you're driving, though.
Or drink and drive.
While
listening to this, because you probably want to drink after you listen to this.
Well, welcome back, like we said, to another episode of The Mind Behind the Curtain. We're calling it the reunion episode.
I guess, whatever. I don't even know what we'll call it, man.
Can it come back?
We can call it Shoot the Shit. We can call it Welcome Back, Carter.
Yeah. Anything, but we're back. So we got lots to talk to you about.
Wow.
We always are non-scripted. We don't edit our episodes.
Never. Not even our past episodes.
No, we don't. We never do, because we just want to give you the raw essence of what we think about, and man, we got lots to talk about, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from our last episode to now, look how much has happened.
Yes, a lot has happened.
It's nuts. Okay, so where are we gonna start? We could start.
Well, let's start it with that Omicron.
I was about to say that Decepticon.
I mean, I know it's no laughing matter, but during these times, we gotta have a giggle. We gotta like make light of the things that are happening to us, because there's a lot of people that are under a lot of stress, man, because of the conditions and the restrictions that are bestowed upon us, and there's a ghost in the house.
I was about to say that too.
It's the Bonnie Henry ghost, bro.
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
And one thing that I want to say is that we've been here with you guys since day one, and we've always told you, hang on, stay resilient, be strong, because one day all of this is going to be in a very distant past.
And we haven't got to that distant past yet.
Not yet.
Are we ever?
But there's a lot of things that have passed, that have gone away, and that have happened in the past, and a lot of people have forgotten about.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, there's 100 things that I could think of.
Bring up one at least.
You want me to bring one? Okay. Well, how about when they told us that the virus was so sticky?
Oh, sticky, and
it was so sticky.
And you had to wash your clothes before you
came back. Yeah.
Well, you have to wash your clothes after you take them off, not before you come
back. We do that anyway. Who doesn't wash their clothes? But that's the thing, what they were telling us, what the news was telling us, and what was being spread among the communities was that, the virus was super sticky, and that it stuck to all these surfaces. At first, they didn't know that if it would just stick to like some metals and some others,
your mail,
leather, your mail, your paper, whatever. Then they started saying that it sticks to cloth and all this. So they were telling us that as soon as you got home, you had to
wipe your ass
and wash your hands like thoroughly. So then they told us that we had to strip our clothes off and then put it in a bag and leave it by the door.
Yeah, I never did that.
No, neither did I. But I have friends that did, bro. Really? And I'm not gonna throw them under the bus because I respect you all. But damn, you were silly. You were silly.
Well, I mean, I was silly too at the beginning of this pandemic
because no choice.
I was running around getting canned food, and I was about to fight people because they were taking my canned food that I wanted to get. And now I look at all the canned food I have stacked, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna have that shit that has aluminum and freaking metals and shit.
Horrible. Preservatives.
Yeah, like no.
Well, talking about that was another thing too. They were telling us to prepare for the worst, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody went nuts.
Just like the
And-
flood.
Yeah, and yeah, just like the flood,
Yeah.
man. And then
And-
what happened was that the first thing to go in other parts of the world, like Australia, which I believe it was like a trend that they set up,
Mhm.
the toilet paper.
Oh man, yeah. The toilet paper was totally obvious that it was a setup from the get-go. Like they said it on CNN. You better get your toilet paper.
You're right.
You better run out there and get your toilet. They didn't say food. They said toilet paper.
Don't you need food to like,
Yeah.
know?
Isn't
be
it
able
the
to-
opposite? So you can use your toilet
use
paper?
your toilet paper later.
Unless you got a runny nose
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
continuously.
Yeah.
You know.
That's another silly thing. I mean, I
Yeah.
could think of 100 more things that were put or they bestowed upon us
Yeah.
in the past. Now fast forward to where we're at today.
2021 at the end of 21 because tomorrow's
That's
New
it,
Year's
baby.
Eve already.
That's it.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know.
It
It's
just
gone so
it
fast.
just went.
It's like a blur, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the what was it called, the warp speed.
Oh my God, that was another thing
Yeah.
from the Trump administration.
Yeah.
They
warp
they
speed.
came up with these.
people
See,
were-
they came up with these weird names, man, and now like
all the
here we are.
ideology.
Here we are with Omicron, and I sent you a meme with Fossey saying that the Omicron is not as lethal as the Delta,
Exactly.
and it almost feels like they keep giving us this information or misinformation, or just to play with us with our emotions. They keep telling us it's the deadliest thing, it's more infectious, but then
It's to
not as
belittle us,
infectious as
man.
as
You know
the
what I
Delta.
mean? Like, to me, it seems like they're treating us like children. You know,
They have since the beginning.
yeah, and they continue trying to teach. It's like teaching us things that we don't need to be taught.
Right.
Right? We know things already that they think that we don't know. But at the same time, I think it's basically playing games, like you said. It's just
Yeah.
mentally
Yeah.
more than anything.
Well,
Psychologically, people are needing more help than ever before out there in the world. Like
that's just it.
It's mental health issue
Yeah.
more than a COVID issue.
Right.
You know, because people are getting mentally insane and suicides. I mean, 12-year-old kids killing themselves because they couldn't have their birthday party back in the beginning
Horrible.
of this whole thing with their friends.
Yeah.
You know, and now you want to give them a vaccine so they can have their birthday parties with friends.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's just it doesn't make sense at all to me, man.
Well, you know, what does make sense to me about this whole thing is that they're basically throwing a whole blanket on top of the whole world and wrapping all of us with the same treatment.
Yeah.
And there's obviously people that are not as educated as others, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm more educated than you or anybody else. I'm just saying that I know, and Jose knows certain things
Mhm.
that, we are going to survive this.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're going to ensure that we're not going to catch any of this COVID-19. Now, there was another thing that they said was that, which will take us into a conspiracy thing, that the people that were vaccinated were going to be the super spreaders,
Right.
right? Now, I got to disclose something here, and it's a personal thing. I'm vaccinated. I'm not going to say Jose, but...
I plead the Fifth Amendment. Even though I'm in Canada. Even though I'm in Canada, I plead the Fifth Amendment.
But
no, to me, I think...
The animosity, bro, between the vaxxers and the unvaxxed.
Okay, but I think also it's privacy. You know what I'm saying? You're allowing to let your medical history out there, to people. Because you're already saying you're vaccinated as soon as you show your passport.
100%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that is showing your medical history automatically.
Right, but I'm not showing all my history.
No, but you're showing that part of your history.
Which, do you think that eventually we'll get to that?
Yeah, I think
where we
I'll
go,
tell
anywhere
you-
we go, it's like, here you go. This is what I've had. I had chlamydia back in '86.
Okay, well, check, this is what I'm
You
saying.
know, I've had herpes and all this shit.
This is
you
what
know?
I'm saying. It's going
I
to
know.
get to that point where this passport is only the beginning. Only the beginning, people. And what I mean by that is we're going to use this they're going to use this passport on us and implement it on us strongly because they want to put us with our medical records, our full history, of our medical records or our history from now forward.
Right.
Maybe not our past, but especially our past that we've gotten rid of. Like, say, because I got hernia surgery, I don't think that's going to be in there because it's my past. Maybe not. Who knows?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're going to
medications
will be
disclose
everything. Yeah, all the medications
all
you've
your
taken,
medications
all the
you
operations
have,
you've had,
everything like that is going to be there. Everything's going to be there. But I think also it's going to go into a social credit system down the road. I don't know how far away we are from that, but I'm hearing we're very close to that.
Right.
Coming.
A lot of people are against that.
Yeah.
But there was I don't know the percentage. I think it was like 14. It started at 12 and then it went up to 14 and 18%. Probably about 20% of the Canadian population went on the CERB and went into that kind of social income.
But no, that's like more of a universal income scenario.
Yeah, universal income.
No, I'm talking about a social credit system where you're going to be on Google and whatever you're going to search, if it's not against the government, you get a credit. If it's not against a certain thing that they're want us not to be against.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like
it's going to be a credit to your social credit system.
which is kind of there right now. So if you're vaccinated, you have all your freedoms.
Exactly.
If you're unvaccinated,
and that's
you
why
don't
I'm
have your
saying
freedom.
this is the beginning of that with that passport.
So it's going to become like a government-run state.
It is going to be
basically socialism, communism in your face.
Exactly. Yeah. Police state, all of that, right? I mean, you have to see where we started off in the beginning of this. And that was what? Social distancing, put your mask on, complying to those things. Oh, don't worry, it's to reduce the curve, right? We're going to get back to normal. Don't worry about it. Normal. And then all of a sudden you hear Bill Gates come on. There is going to be no normal unless everyone's vaccinated. The whole world has to be vaccinated. And even though after he said that, he came back on again after the vaccinations were starting, we're not going to get back to normal. So that's telling us, people, that this was a setup from the get-go. You know what I mean? Because they wanted to implement this. They wanted this to come into the future for us. For them, mostly because they're the ones who benefit from it. We don't, really. And it's about controlling the system that we're a part of already, but now the system is activated in a different way, a different format. You know what I mean? It's like when you go into virtual reality, it's changed now into the metaverse, right? And now you can buy properties and all that kind of stuff and have your avatars, and you know, it's insane where we're going with this, right? Because I know where this is going, people, and this is what it's going to be like. They want us to be at home. They don't want us out in nature anymore. They don't want us to be out there. And I'm not talking about now, as in this day, but very soon in the near future. I say maybe 5, 10 years, maybe 20, somewhere around that range. We're going to be here in our homes, virtual reality goggles on, working from home while robots do all our work wherever it is. But we're going to be doing the movements for them and stuff, and they do the movements in reality, right? On top of that, they want us to be immersed into this multi-universe or meta-universe or whatever it is. And they want us to be there like that's our life. They don't want us to live outside anymore. And there's going to be reasons because of that. They're going to be climate change. They're going to say, oh, no one can go out anymore. We're breathing too much oxygen. Okay, 1. 2, we're running out of water. 3, oh, the sun is going to burn us to completeness. Yeah, we're going to be dust. You know, there's going to be so much stuff pushed with this climate change where they're going to just keep us indoors. And that's why they want to try to get rid of housing as well down in the near future, right? They want us combined in little freaking cubicles and stuff.
Well, you know, I know what it may sound like right now to a lot of people, but when you use the word they, right? Now that we're in the realm of pronouns and all that shit, but this is real. who are they, right? Who are they? I mean, we can come up with assumptions and concepts and ideas of who they are. Who are they? So
who are they to me is the government, but the government is being forced to do it by another entity.
Well, in terms of
corporations
entities,
is to me.
Yeah, and aside from let's say a conspiracy side where we have a malevolent corporation that is super wealthy and they run the world, right? Aside from that, here in this country, we are not, overpopulated, not yet. We have like around 37 million people.
So look what Trudeau's doing.
So it's easier to look at, Canada as a testing ground or as a place where we can actually see the division between social classes, right? So you have your super wealthy, right? You have your rich, you have your middle class, and then you have your lower class.
But the funny thing is now middle class used to be you own a house, you're middle class.
Well, that's the thing.
Now they changed all that.
Oh yeah. So now
middle
when
class,
you say
got to
they,
pay in the millions and millions and millions of dollars.
When you say they, who is the average Joe who is part of the lower class? Because now there will be a division between high class and lower class.
Yeah,
right?
There's going to be no more middle.
So there might not be no middle anymore because they may, or maybe perhaps all the lower class are going to be classified as the middle class, and then that's the middle class. The middle class is the working force, the working people, the servants, the servants, the soldiers, whatever. Yeah. So who are they catering to? The rich. If you look at who is traveling right now as of today, when they canceled like 2,000 flights the other day here in BC, or across Canada, I don't know what the news was.
They're on their private jets. Come on.
Who's still flying?
Yeah.
Who's still going to the
billionaires, the millionaires? Yeah. They're going to.
Who's going to go shopping, bro? Yeah. Who's going to get the service from the robots?
Yeah.
They're rich. Yeah. And what are they saying? They're saying we don't want to mingle with the middle class because they're dirty. Exactly. They're unhealthy. We don't want to get infected. We don't want to get sick.
So
they're afraid.
It's like this. When in the Jesus time and all that stuff, when he was around and stuff like that, the rich and the higher class didn't want to be around the people that had leprosy.
Right.
And that's what they're looking at us as, leprosy.
Yeah, we're a bunch of sick individuals.
Yeah, we're sick individuals. But it's more like they know they have the power. They know they have the means, they have the money to, do whatever they want. And that's the problem here, is that since we don't have the money, we don't have the control, and we don't have the power. So money is the root to all evil.
Yeah.
Paper.
The only thing we do have is that whether we make a choice to buy into this into like this propaganda, into this marketing, because like, for example, today when I drove to your house, right, on the way here, I went through like some back streets and some, populated areas around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And all I saw was a bunch of people out, bro.
Yeah.
But the thing that I noticed, the difference is that nobody's saying hello to each other. So they're creating that division, even with the lower class, middle class, whatever you want to call it, the working force, where the mentality of being in your bubble, right? So remember, we'll go back to all this auto-linguistic programming, all this psychological warfare, where they implement they plant little seed words in you. So now you're walking like a robot, and you don't even saying hi to your neighbor because you want to keep in your bubble. You don't, and so it's happening. Even the lower class don't want to mix with the lower class because they're also afraid that I might get infected from you.
Well, no, because that comes back from the vaxxers and anti-vax. People don't know in your neighborhood who is
vax and who unvax. So they created that division.
Division, of course. Separation. You got to understand this. This is divide and conquer, straight up. Yeah, that's all it is. That's simple.
Let's touch on the silly things, and so we can close up this episode and this introduction of us being back, man. Okay. The silly things that happen.
Silly things.
Do you have any anecdotes that's happening?
God, I remember in the beginning, not in the beginning, but close to it, is where make sure if you have sex, you wear a mask when you kiss and when you're with that person. And
the famous glory hole.
The glory hole. I'm like,
you're safer using a glory hole. So wrong. And on top of that, I want to add to that all the sites that were, all the online dating sites, they almost went broke, bro.
Oh.
But then they came back like hardcore, man. Like
Yeah.
they came back like with full force, like Bumble and all those other ones, like Plenty of Fish, all this.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was like,
But
"Oh,
now they
I'm
have a
doing online
division. They
dating
even
now."
have a division on those too.
And
with
some
vaxxed
girls,
and
I told them, I go,
unvaxxed.
why don't you still do that? Who cares? Take the
Yeah.
risk of getting sick or not. I don't want to get sick. But now, bro, they're dating random people again.
Yeah, but
You know?
but the thing is there too. They also in those sites had unvaxxed and vaccinated people.
Nah, now
So
they
that
do.
was division,
Now
right?
they do.
You know what
Now
I'm
they do
saying?
more. It's like I'm vaxxed, and everybody's promoting themselves.
Yeah.
I'm vaxxed.
Yeah, it's
And guess what? Now
then-
you need a booster.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
once you
hell,
don't
right?
get the booster, guess what? You're unvaxxed again, people.
One silly
And that
thing,
means
man.
that means your passport's no good anymore
That's right.
either.
That's the silly thing about
Yeah.
this whole thing.
This is
Now the
freaking
passport
pathetic.
is obsolete, man.
Yeah.
So all those people that got vaccinated, like myself, now I gotta wait 3 months to hear somebody tell me, "Oh, your passport is no longer valid
Yeah,
because you need
and
a booster."
then you have to make the decision if you want to get the booster as well, right? Because you might feel like, whoa, I don't want this booster because I don't know what's going to happen. Because
And we still don't know what's going to
You know.
happen because we don't know what's in it 100%.
Well,
they can tell us it's safe. They're not, and that's the thing. We don't want to think that this government is that cynical or malevolent that they want to kill us. At the
no,
end of
you
the
don't
day.
want to think
You
that.
don't
But
wanna
at the
think
same time, you got to think rational and say, listen, the long-term studies are not there yet.
They're not
you
there.
don't
They're not
know
there. Yeah.
what the effects are.
We wouldn't even
long-term.
know until like 2023, end of 2023.
And that's what they said. At the end of 2023 is when the trials are done.
Yeah.
So this is the trials.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you on
You
that.
know?
One silly thing, bro, that happened to me, and it was so funny, man, because a lot of people stayed in their homes and stayed away from being in social circles for almost a year, bro.
But there still
even
are.
over a year, and there's still people doing
There,
it.
yeah.
And I
mean,
ran into this person, this girl, and I used to like hug her all the time, and before pre-COVID,
Yeah.
hey, how are you, sweetie? How
Yeah.
you doing? How's everything going? Dude, she came up to me and she was like, hi.
Oh,
The
my
elbow
God.
thing. The elbow thing, people.
Dude,
oh my God.
That is the
Throw me
worst
crazy.
thing.
Throw me crazy.
just-
And I go, no, come here. She's like, no,
No.
here, elbow.
No.
She looks so silly doing the elbow thing, bro.
Everybody looks
Oh
silly
my
doing
God,
that. I
it's so
never
stupid.
did that.
Remember when they used to tell our parents
People
used
didn't
to tell
even
us,
want to do this.
yeah, they didn't even want to do that.
I was like, what?
Remember when they used to tell us that was rude? No, you have
No.
to be proper and shake
Yeah,
hands.
exactly.
Now we're
A firm
resorting to an
handshake.
elbow and tilting
Yeah.
your head back like this.
It's so
It's silly, bro.
Stupid.
It's silly, and I couldn't help but feeling dirty.
Right.
Like I am not dirty. I am
No.
not. I'm not 100% not. And I haven't caught COVID since, and I hope I don't. And
Yeah.
bro, we wish you that you don't, and that you're still
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah, stay healthy. Take supplements, man. Do what
Yeah.
you got to do,
Yeah.
especially before you get a booster or before you get vaxxed.
Get some fresh orange
Take-
juice.
Yeah, man, take that vitamin C,
Plenty
the
of
vitamin
rest.
D, what is
Chlorophyll?
it? No, not chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll is good, though.
Oh yeah, that's good. But no, that's not what it is. NAC, get NAC. Quercetin. Yeah, all
a lot
those
of
things. Man.
a lot of purified water. Make sure it's
Oh
alkaline
yeah,
water.
purified water. Definitely
right, man.
get your
Your alkaline water.
alkaline. Exactly. Alkaline is the best, man.
All right, bro. Well, we did it.
Yeah, that's
First
our
episode
first
back.
episode, and next we're going to. It's gonna be good.
It's going to be
It's gonna be really
a
good.
serious.
It's
topic.
gonna be really good.
All right, man. Well, let's get going, man.
And
Heading
belated
towards
Merry
the
Christmas
wrong-
to everybody out there.
The unknown.
Thank you, guys. Happy
That's
New
right.
Year.
We's
Sit
out.
back,
Happy
relax,
New
and
Year.
enjoy the
The
show.
man behind the curtain.
And it's up to you, the listeners and the audience, to believe it or not. That's right. Here we go.
Woo!